I'm at a loss for words, guys. What we just witnessed is something that defies logic, defies reality, defies everything I thought about football and this team and everything in life. How can one team play in two such polar opposite fashions in one football game? First of all, I'm incredibly damn proud of this team. It would have been so easy to lay down. It would have been so easy to put your head down. No one did. No one came out of that halftime down. They came ready to fight, ready to attack the second half of this game, where they were down 27. Teams were 0-200,000 in the SEC history when down 27 points. One team has now come back from that. They didn't. They did not give up hope. And they had to play damn near perfect in the second half. Clock was an issue. Clock was a factor from the second you started that second half when you're down 30-3. Clock is immediately a factor. So they were able to manage that. They played fast, got the team lined up, ran their plays, and executed perfectly in the second half. We need to back up and talk about the first half, though. I didn't know this team was capable of playing that bad. And honestly, that's some of the worst football I've ever seen from A&M. Ever. They were not ready to play a football game. They were not. They got complacent. The morning return home got them. And that is a place we talked about can get a team. You come home, and maybe you rely on that crowd a little bit. You think, oh, I'm home. You let up just a tiny bit, plus the morning start, plus a team that had 3 wins and still has 3 wins. And I think that showed. I think they kind of took their foot off the throat on the season for a half. And then mistakes bred more mistakes. Defense started slow. Lenora Sellers was giving me PTSD flashbacks. Freaking that guy, dude. He's a good football player. But he was escaping, extending plays, hitting his deep shots. They were running early. And I felt like the defense kind of gained their footing maybe mid-second quarter, got some stops, did some pretty good things, held them to a couple field goals. Then they get the interception. And it's like, oh, this is what we need going into half. Just get one. Just get one. Cut this 20-3 game to 20-10. You don't punch it in. You miss a chip shot. Randy Bond, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? We got to have another kicker, man. This is not going to cut it, Randy. It's not going to cut it. You're not missing 15, 20-yard field goals. We just can't have that. This game would have felt differently if you made that because you would have been up more than one on that last drive. Anyway, you don't punch it in. You get a stop. You return the punt to the 40. It's a really good short punt return by KC. And you throw a pick. And it's like, my goodness, man. Are we like, what? It was like a loss for thought. I couldn't even think in that moment. And then you give up an 80-yard touchdown to Nick Harbor. You're down 30. Not yet. You're down 27-3. You throw another pick. They get a field goal. Then you're down 30-3. And it's like, if you have a checklist of everything South Carolina needed to happen in this game for them to win it, it's like you checked every box. And then down here, other, you kept writing and writing. Then you had to slap like a piece of loose leaf paper under it and keep writing. Because everything that needs to happen to get upset happened in this first half. Everything. It was worse than bad. It was utterly garbage. It was terrible. And South Carolina was playing well. And then in the second half, they explode. They come out a different team. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't without its fights. First drive, you felt a little bit of rhythm. They were going fast. They kind of went one clap the entire second half on the cadence. They sped things up for Marcel, which I think made him think about things less. And I think that's a really good thing to do to get your quarterback in rhythm. But they get in that 4th and 13. And it's like, oh my gosh, we're not winning this game. It's like, this is it. We're going to punt it. They're going to milk clock. It's not going to be enough. They go for it. The freaking balls on Mike Elko to go for that. And that's one of those things, man. You don't get it. It's like, what the hell are you doing? You get it. You got balls. And he got it. Marcel Reed scrambles for that first down. That's like the biggest play of the year, like the most consequential play of the year outside of the Borkashire touchdown, or several plays in that Notre Dame game. But you got a 4th and 13, then you punch it in. But in that second half, Marcel Reed, who looked like DJ Lagway versus LSU in the first half, I don't even know what to say. He passed for like 350 in the second half after passing for like 90 in the first half with 2 picks and a fumble. Yeah, he had a fumble in the first half too. He threw the ball backwards. And then it seemed like no matter what would happen in that second half, like you were either in rhythm or you would get behind the sticks and Marcel would just throw a dime. Like there was a holding late in the game, I think the one that got you up in the game where you scored. Marcel Reed scrambled for a touchdown. And if they called it on Basantis, and if they didn't call the wrong jersey, I called bullshit because that guy tripped. And Basantis didn't even tug the jersey based on the replay I saw in the game. This is emotional reaction. I haven't seen the replay yet, but it didn't look like a hold at all. And that was like such a nice scramble for a touchdown. Marcel there, he splits the defenders who were closing in on him. Not only does he get called back, they lose 10 yards. And the very next play, Marcel Reed hits like a deep corner to KC to inside the 5, and they score. And they just perfect rhythm in the second half. ABR, breakout game, legacy game. If he didn't get tripped up, well, it's 2 things. On that one, I think it was like a slant, and he just broke free, whatever it was. I don't remember. I just watched it live. Where he's running free. 2 things went wrong there. First of all, he turned his head back. Just put your head down. You're the fastest player on the team. Everyone says it. Just put your head down and believe in that speed. Just go. Just go. He turns his head around. He escapes the first tackler. He actually steps out of it. It trips him up a little bit. Maybe he could have made it, but then he has like a little bit of a blowout. His toe drags behind him. He like sprains it a little bit, but he comes back in the game. And ABR had himself a really, really big second half. And this is a game where Mario Craver went down. This is a game where Casey Concepcion dropped a touchdown. Casey Concepcion dropped a touchdown. You have ABR pop. Nate Borkashire gets involved in a big way. Several receptions on the game. Absolutely trucks a South Carolina defender. Scores. Isaiah Williams, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. If someone's not playing well or if you need someone else out there, I think Isaiah Williams is ready, man. What he showed us in that spring game and what he showed us today in this game, no margin for error. Perfection was required, and he plays well. That's a guy I'm willing to play. I'm willing to go to war with right there. Oh, my goodness. EJ Smith, man. Late game, extending possessions, extending drives. Ruben Owens went down. That's 2 down. Moss should be coming back soon, like this week or next week, I think. But hopefully Owens is okay. He was seen jogging around on the sideline. But EJ, man, what a beast. We can talk quickly about that play call, the Jamarian Morrow throw. I want to say you make that play, you don't feel bad about it. You feel amazing, you're a genius. And you don't make it, you feel like this. I thought about that. I don't feel like you had to get cute with this team. You were abusing them in the second half. You were just doing whatever you want. You were doing tricks on them. Like, I don't think they needed to reinvent the wheel there. They could have just passed the ball or got Marcel Reed moving around, get an RPO going. I don't think you have to do all that. But then when you needed it the most, and you didn't have it the whole game, at the end of the game, you finally got pressure on Lenoris Sellers. You didn't have it all game. All the talk about how bad their offensive line was. They were protecting. They were picking up blitzes. And more than that, Lenoris, of course, expectedly, was escaping it. He was floating. And he would either find the receiver or just scramble. And they got really good in that second half of mirroring him at the linebacker level, just having a built-in angle there, just kind of going with them. Torian and Sanford did. I think Torian had a pretty good game in this, really good game in the second half. But they finally get him on the ground. The O-line did well against A&M's pass rush in the first half, well enough. Didn't even touch him really in the first half. Plus, Lenoris, again, is just an elusive guy. And you end the game with defense because you had to. Never easy, right? As good as that was, as euphoric as it was, you had to get one more scare back at the end of it. You had to tease the Cox a little bit. You had to get them nice and just thinking they're going to get it back, and they didn't. Nice, just torture them. Just torture them. Oh, man, I thought the O-line was soft in the first half. I thought we were just getting out-physicaled. Terrible grammar. In the first half. Second half, you were the more physical team. You established a run late. I didn't like how they abandoned the run early on. They went back to it later a little bit, but the pass was really where it was. South Carolina committed to the box, and the O-line didn't have their best game until very late. It's like A&M. We know you're a second-half team, but don't do this to us, man. Don't wait until you start in the second half. My goodness, man. Shout out to my mom. She went to this game. First game she's been to since 2022. She stood with me the entire first half. She went to go find some shade at halftime, and she never came back because she was a jinx, and she knew it. I didn't have to tell her. She knew it. That's she raises my eyebrow. I need to get these things controlled. She raised me. She knows ball. You don't mess with mojo. She stayed in the she found some shade with a TV. She was watching the game from in the catwalk area behind the stands, and that worked. So shout out to Mama Drew. She's a real one for doing that. Shout out to Roback. Beautiful hoodie today. Discount code DrewTamu. It's getting cold outside. The hoodies are good. The quarter zips are good. Plus, it supports the channel. It really helps me keep this thing going. Christmas is coming up. Buy those Roback gifts. Shout out to them. Shout out to the South Carolina fan who was in my section talking mad shit. Talking mad shit the entire first half. He got quiet. I pointed at him. After we tied it up, I just turned around and pointed at him. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Shane Beamer cooked, man. I thought there was no way they're going to let him go this year. I thought they were going to give him one more year after all he had built in these couple of years. His few years there. Was that fireable? Was that condemnable? I don't know, man. I don't know. Comment your thoughts, guys. Like, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to go live tonight. If you're watching this Saturday, I'll probably be home around 8:39. I'll go live, watch the end of the Texas-Georgia game. Open the thing up for phone calls. I'm in shambles right now. I got a margarita waiting for me about 30 yards away. So let me go drink that, drive home, and we'll talk tonight. We did it, man. Just incredible. Incredible. Gig 'em.